Wow. So, Noah, you said you have a project to do. Is that correct? And what is the project about?
It could be about anything, and 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 I chose social justice.
And you chose social justice. Okay, so look at me. So you chose social justice.
Yes.
Why did you choose social justice?
So people could learn more about social justice.
So people.
And I chose social justice in topic because it's not just a day. For example, it's like Black History Month.
Okay, it's not just a day, it's a concept. It's called a concept. Dylan?
Yeah.
So what do you know about social justice?
That everybody should be treated equally, but not equally, because if we're all treated equally, we would not be having problems with each other.
Yes, everybody should be treated equally and equitably. Say equitably.
Equitably.
Say equity.
Equity.
So you see, there's a difference between equally and equity. Equally is you treat everybody the same. Listen to this now, what I'm about to explain to you. And equity is when you treat people how they should be treated. Look at me, this is very interesting. So equally is what? When you treat people the same, right? If I give you $50, I have to give Dylan $50. That is equally. Okay, so what if you are going to Shelburne and Dylan is going to Vancouver, and both of you need money to go to where you're going? So if I give you $50, it takes you to Shelburne, correct? Will $50 take you to Vancouver?
No.
So if I give you $50, is that fair?
No.
Why not?
Because you have to think about the gas too.
You have to think about the distance. You see what I'm saying? So equally is when you give people the same thing because I want to be equal. Very important. Equity. Say equity.
Equity.
Equity is when you give people what they need to achieve the objective. You see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I give you $50 and $50, is that equity or equally?
Equally.
If I give you $50 because you're going to Shelburne and I give him $500 because he's going to Vancouver, is that equally or equity? Equity. So you have to understand. So social justice, listen to this. Social justice is about equity. Social justice is to meet people where they are. So I'll give you another example, right? So if I say you have to be here by 4 o'clock, but I want you to walk, you can't get on a taxi, right? And then Dylan has a pain on his leg, which you actually do. You were limping just now, right? Right? You say you did what? Track? What did you do? Flag football. That's okay. So if I say you have to be here at 4 o'clock, but you have to walk, and we go, and two of you start to walk, and you get here at 4, and Dylan get here at 5. Should Dylan be punished for getting here at 5?
No.
Why?
Because he had a pin on his leg, so he walked slowly.
Because he had a pain in his leg and he walked slowly. Is that equity or equally? Equity. You see what I'm saying? So some people say everybody should be treated the same. Everybody should be treated the same. You are correct, but some people need to be treated differently. Why? Because they have different circumstances. Because they have what? Different circumstances. The circumstances could be what? The leg that is hurting.
Yeah.
The circumstances could be you have to go to Vancouver, he has to go to Brampton.
Yeah.
The circumstances could be you're white, you're black. The circumstances could be you're a woman, you're a man. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's situation is what? Different. So difference is good. People think different is bad. People think if you're different, then it's bad. But different is good. Are there different flowers?
Mm-hmm.
What other things in the world do you think are different?
Like different paints, different circumstances, different flowers, different nature, different places.
Dylan, go ahead.
Different people.
Different people.
different
gender, different money, different country, different politicians, different schools, different. Everything is different.
Everything, even different biomes, different structures, different buildings.
Everything is different.
Different science.
Different science. So some people think everything should be
Different
the same.
cultures.
Different cultures.
different religions.
Different religions. But see, everybody think that everything should be the same. Does that even make sense?
No.
Is there anything on this planet that is the same?
No.
Do you know that even when you have twins, you know what are twins?
Yeah.
Twins are what?
Boy and
What?
girl.
Boy and girl.
The twins are two people that were born the same time, basically. One came out first, the other one came out right after. So they came out from the same mother's belly. Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
But you know they are different. One could be a male, one could be a female.
Yeah.
Two of them could even be boys, but one is faster, one is slower. True?
True.
One is taller, one is shorter. True?
True.
So are twins the same?
Yes.
No, they're not. Are twins? Are they the same? You know what's a twin? I just said it. Twin is two babies that came out from the belly.
Yeah.
Are they the same?
No.
No, because one's faster and one's slower.
One could be faster, one could be slower.
And it's and both and it could be both because they might have something in common, because they might be the same speed, the same height.
Yeah, but does that mean they are the same?
No.
Can they ever be the same?
No.
Can two people ever be the same?
No.
So two white people can never be the same.
No, because they're all probably different.
Can two black people be the same?
No.
Can two Indian people be the same?
No.
Can two Chinese be the same?
No.
So two people can never be the same.
No.
So what do we have to celebrate then? We have to celebrate our differences. Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that true, Noah?
Mm-hmm.
Noah, what do we have to celebrate?
Our differences.
What do we have to
Our
celebrate?
differences.
What do we have to celebrate?
Our differences.
We have to celebrate our differences, and that is the meaning of diversity. Say diversity.
Diversity.
Say diversity.
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 That is what diversity is about. Diversity means we are different, but we should celebrate one another. Is that true?
Yeah.
So some people have an issue with that. Some people think, well, everything should be the same. It should be white people in that are in the power. The rich people should be white people. The politicians should be white people. Is that right?
No.
Mm-mm.
Why is it not right, Dylan?
Because some black people might be rich than white people.
Yeah.
And like some black people can be presidents. Like Obama was the first black president in America.
So what we're saying, so now bringing it to the concept of social justice. Social justice is about celebrating differences. Social justice is about ensuring that everybody in a society benefit from the structure, from the riches, the wealth, the systems, and every other thing, the policies. Social justice is recognizing that some people have pain in their leg and therefore cannot run fast. Social justice is recognizing that some people may not have gone to university and so may not be making a lot of money, but they deserve health care. They deserve to be treated right by the police. So should the police treat people differently because people are different? Police should treat people with respect. If you are treating white people with respect, you also treat black people with respect. Is that true? You also treat Indians with respect. So
even though that they were racist, you should still treat them with respect.
yes. So you are bringing a very good conversation into it. Racism. Dylan, what is racism?
It's before like white people used to take over black people and like call them slaves and names and type of names.
Yeah. So way back there was a concept called slavery. Do you know what was slavery, Noah?
Slavery is like somewhat like white people told them to do this, do that, do this, do that, and they don't even help. For example, go cook, go clean the entire barn, go clean the stalls, go feed the animals, I'll feed the animals with drinks.
Yeah. So social justice, so racism, you are correct, was a certain time in history where white people went to Africa and they took a lot of black people and brought them to the Americas. They brought them to Canada, to the US, to France, to UK,
and sometimes even In India.
Yes, and even in India. And then they use them to do labor. Go to the farm and do the farm. And they beat them. They were not even nice to them and they did not even pay them.
Yeah.
Is it right to use me to do work in your farm and not pay me?
No.
That is slavery right there. Right? So now, technically, they say slavery ended. Technically, right? There's an agreement that was signed. Sometimes say slavery is ended.
Slavery. Some people still slave, but in lots of countries it's illegal.
Yes, in a lot of countries it's illegal. In some countries they don't even care whether they're slave or not, right? But in countries that says it's illegal, they still treat black people as slaves. So it's one thing to not pay you to do the job and to beat you up to do the job. It's another one to force you to do the job and pay you little compared to if you were paying a white person. That already is injustice. So social justice is about eradicating injustices. Injustices are when you are treating people unfairly, right? That's an injustice. When you are treating people unfairly, that's an injustice. When you say, okay, like, you know, you all remember we went to what do you call that restaurant we went to in Collingwood?
Wasn't it that one?
X-Mart.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
What happened in X-Mart?
So when we were in line, I think we were waiting, and this one white guy said black people don't eat here.
Yes.
And then after
So we were in line waiting. It was our turn, and there were other white people that came after us. But when the table became available, they called the white family and gave them a table. And I said, no, we came here first. And they said, okay, we'll get you another table. And they gave us the table right next to the toilet. Of course, we refused it and we walked out. Right? What happened to you in school, Dylan? You wore a shirt. What was on the shirt?
Is it justice or is it just us?
Is it justice or is it just us? And then what happened?
I was walking in the halls with my friend, talking about foods class because me and him had the same foods class together. Then this white kid punched me in the face.
Why?
Because he hated like how black people were.
And what did he say?
Speak
louder. What did he say?
I remember one time I had water and he's like, Africa doesn't have water, and he said because I'm white at the end.
So he says Africa don't have water and he's white.
Yeah.
So he was racist against you, right? So, and in this particular case, right, we first of all didn't want to press charges, but we decided to press charges, and the police have looked at it and considered it a hate crime. In Dillon School, a white kid picked on him, used racial slurs against him, and punched him in the face, right? So, and they said where there's assault and there's racism and there's intent, it becomes hate crime. I'm not a lawyer, but that's what the police said. So now it's a hate crime. So hate crime has been perpetuated. So you are going to get people who don't like you because you are
Black.
but you still have to love them. You cannot bring yourself to the same low standard, right?
Like,
that's why you went to tell your principal, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like same as Dylan's at school.
Mm-hmm.
While I was playing with my friends, and a random white kid had came up to me and just pushed me.
You see, I just pushed you. So these are things we have to face. It's wrong on every level. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It is wrong on every level. It is wrong on every level. We have to develop ourselves to be wiser.
Yes.
Say wiser. To be stronger. Say stronger, right? And to be more committed to social justice. Social justice, the importance of social justice is because there are still people who are ignorant. There are people who are mean, right? True? There are people who are wicked and there are people who are racist. But we just keep being the example of leadership.
In the story of the white kid pushing me, he also blamed it on me, even though he did it. But then a teacher saw what happened, so the teacher told his family that he was lying.
Wow, that's very unfortunate.
And it was even his own teacher.
That saw it, his own teacher saw it, eh? Yeah. So that's very, very unfortunate. I am very proud of two of you, right? My little boy Noah, Ihama, right? My big boy Dylan, Peterkin. Bravo to two of you for being social justice advocate, right? when you see things like that, the very first thing you do, right? The very first thing you do when you see things like that, don't be angry. Make effort to not be
Angry.
Make effort to not be
Angry.
because if you are angry, it's going to cloud your judgment. So when you see injustice, when somebody pushes you, that's an injustice, it's an assault, an injustice as well. When somebody calls you a racial N-word or any other racial
Like
monkey, yeah. So that don't get angry. That's the first thing. Remember this: that when you are faced with an injustice, don't get angry. When you are faced with a racist situation, don't get angry. When I was younger, I got angry. It didn't get me anywhere. So I take a deep breath in my belly, and I said to the man in the restaurant, I say, you are racializing my family right here. Taking our table and giving to this white family, and you want to send us to the back of the bus, right? And you say, oh, well, so I'm going to ask you to leave or I call the police. That's fine. You don't have to call the police. I'll leave. And we left.
Yeah.
So I would never go into an X-Mart, and please don't ever go into an X-Mart in your whole life at all. That's the least we can do. You understand? We sent an email to them, contacted the head through LinkedIn. They completely disregarded it, and unfortunately, we've been put out. I've been put out from the airport. I've been harassed on the business class. So this is unfortunate. Look at me, my sons. Unfortunately, this is what we are faced with, and we are going to be faced with this for a while. Look at me. We are going to be. Look at me. Look in my eyes. We are going to be faced with this for a while. So you have to be prepared when those situations happen. They are called incidents of racism. They are called injustice. As unfortunately, sometimes assault. I pray that no assault come. Never push anybody back, right? Because if a white person pushes you and you push them back,
say, oh, the black person hit me first. He hit me first.
Okay, you know the drill. You're in high school, so that's exactly what they will say.
And last time, not very long ago, like a few weeks ago, at school, me and two of my other friends were working on art, and then this random white kid that was in the same grade as one of my other friends, he came up and just ruined the art by throwing dust on it.
Yes, it's very unfortunate. I'm sorry that things like this are happening. All right, that's at the Canadian Congress. You know, your dad is the social justice advocate. So, at the Canadian Congress on Inclusive Diversity and Workplace Equity, we continue to make the effort to educate people who want to be educated. You can't educate those who don't want to. I've spoken to your principal. I've spoken to the superintendent of education in that area, and they've assured me that they are doing some changes and making some effort to put changes in place. My advice to them is to go beyond educating the student and the teachers to reaching the parents, because those parents, those kids who push you, those kids who use racial slur, monkey, and all this word against you all in school, it's not the teacher that teach them that. It's the parents that teach them that. They picked it up from home. So their parents have to educate their kids, and where the parents are racist, the kids are going to pick it up. This is normal. Racism is picked up from home more than from school or from work. It's picked up from home. It's picked up from media, from things people watch and listen to, and of course from the associates they have. So I'm glad that your project in school is about you chose. So your teacher said you can choose any topic. Is that correct?
Yes, any topic except for things that aren't allowed for school.
Okay, except things that are not allowed for school. So are you glad that you chose social justice?
Yes.
So was I able to help you to understand social justice today? So now you have to go and write out what we said. The first time social justice, the person who coined it, his name is Luigi. I can't remember his last name, but he was a pastor, like a Jesuit, they call them. It's a religious group. And they started social justice because there were a lot of poor people that were not treated right. Right? You said you wanted to start a non-profit, a charity organization.
Yes.
What charity organization do you want to start and why?
I wanted to start a charity organization for food, clothes, and money to give to the poor. And
because you said you didn't want any poor people to be in this world. Sit properly,
Yes.
Dylan. Sit back properly and look at the
and
camera.
not just Canadians and people that don't speak English.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could just learn other languages,
Mm-hmm.
and then I could communicate with them to give them money.
That's good. That's good. And I promised you, I'm putting $1,000 in your charity organization. Naomi is going to take you with the $1,000 you're going to buy. You said to me, Daddy, I don't want them to be homeless anymore. That is social justice. Social justice is not just about racism. It's about poverty. It's about mental health. It's about welfare. It's about different things in the society. All right. So keep learning. Do your research about social justice. And for those of you watching this, I hope you've learned something from it. Speak to your children, whether you are white or black. And as you all know, there are lots of nice white people, right? Most of your friends are white too, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, they are nice people. Are they not? Are they not? Yes, yes. So this is not about being white or black. It's about how people were brought up. So it doesn't matter whether your background is Southeast Asian, East Asian, black, doesn't matter, Caribbean. People say black. Black Africans and black Caribbeans have different culture. Even in Africa, many cultures. So learn about people's culture. Make some effort. Go on Google, learn about people's culture, and interact with people based on what they identify with. We are no longer in the era of colonialism where we tell people what to do and expect them to obey us even without even paying them for anything, right?
Like for my project, I'm putting five issues for social justice. One of them is violence, another one of them is gender inequality.
Gender equality. That's a very interesting one you are bringing. Gender equality is when people identify as men or women, right? For over 100 years, 100 and something years, even till now, some women, right, in an office, a man is a manager, a woman is a manager. They pay the man more than they pay the woman. Is that right?
No, they should pay them both equally.
Especially if they have equal capacity and equal capability, right?
And like who started in social justice and God and social justice are having issues with that.
Yes. So social justice is godly, right? In the Bible, it says righteousness and justice are the foundations of God. So when we're saying righteousness and justice, we're really just saying what's in the Bible. God wants us to practice equity. In fact, there's equity in the Bible. People don't know that. If you go in your Bible, you see equity. Righteousness and justice is the foundation of God's throne. God blesses us based on our capacity. God leads us based on our capacity. If you have one leg, He doesn't expect you to run like Usain Bolt. So we should be conscious, and that is where equity comes in, is where justice comes in, is where fairness comes in, and that's what creates a harmonious home. So I challenge everybody, if you are a parent, teachers, if you're a guardian, teach the younger generation about social justice. Help them to understand the need for kindness and for compassion and for love and justice and things like this. And if you are a young person, be conscious, even if you have parents who are hateful and they tell you, oh, blacks are this, or Indians are this, or Chinese are this. You're wise enough to know that's wrong. You don't have to follow your parents' mentality if the mentality is unkind and is uncompassionate. And if you're a school system, put measures in place. Look for opportunities to train the parents. When you call a Parents Teachers Association meeting, start with social justice. If you're in a church, pastors, in a mosque, wherever you practice, ensure you teach your congregation social justice. Social justice should become a topic in school for everybody to learn. Unfortunately, it's not, because even the system, the educational system itself, is corrupt. It's based on colonialism. So thanks for watching this video where I had the opportunity to discuss with these two fine gentlemen. They are my sons, by the way. This is Dylan, this is Noah, and my name is Alex Ihama, and I hope you found it valuable. So I'm going to give them one more opportunity to say your last words in this. We'll start with you. What's the last thing you want to say? Advice to the people. Advise them.
If you see, never judge a book by its cover, even though if they're black or white. And don't make racial jokes about, oh, black people eat more than white people. We're all equal, and don't disrespect how black people are made. And don't even say, oh, Martin Luther King didn't do anything, but he did something. He stopped slavery. He fought for it.
Yes, thank you so much. And your last word? Advise them.
As like Rosa Parks stops the bus slavery, and then when the bus driver said, and you have to sit in the back, she stood up for it and didn't, and then she went to jail, even though she wasn't supposed to. And then a few years later in 2016, she got an apology. Like my friend and in Bradford that's having trouble with white people being rude to her in school. And don't make jokes and don't actually mean it. Like, for example, Christians aren't real. Nobody believes in God. Like those people that are wicked people. On the other hand, injustice people or like black people don't have fun. Black people should just skip to college and without any practice. Black people should just eat fruits for the rest of their life. No, you don't do that. Even some black people will stand up like Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, Viola Desmond, and all those other people.
Wow,
That's
wow.
all I have to say.
Wow. You are, yes, absolutely. Put your hands together. Now you've heard it from them. Go now and be a social justice advocate. Say bye to them.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.